Hello, Stabloiders. Welcome back to another episode of Poking and Prodding here in Connor's basement.
That's true.
We're here in person. We're doing the podcast, and it's a good time. I'm, of course, here joined by my co-host. Say hello, co-hosts.
Hey, I'm Lucy Gibson.
I'm Connor Marenberg, writer of Stabloid articles. My
That's
middle
me.
name is Joseph.
That's me too, by the way.
My social security number is... Those are the last 4 digits.
I'm Aiden Snyder. You don't get to know my social security number or my middle name. You're just gonna have to find that out for yourself, you freaky little weirdo internet freaks.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't actually know your middle name.
I think it's James.
It's not.
Like
If you had to look at me and give me a middle name, what would it be?
Terrence.
Can I
We're
go?
ending the podcast.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Terrence.
No, it just fit.
Anyway, Stabloid, here we are. We've got a great episode for you lined up here.
Very true.
We're going to be talking about great lyrics, some of our favorite lyrics from some of our favorite songs. And I know in the past we've said the lyrics don't really matter all that much. We lied. We just kind of say whatever we want whenever, and we constantly contradict ourselves and change. And
Doesn't matter.
Nothing
That's
ever.
true.
Nothing matters. Stabloiders.
And nothing lasts forever. Ends of Eden.
Including love. We're gonna hate each other someday.
Yeah, we actually turn off camera and fight constantly.
We've
We're
put
all
on so
yelling
much
at
makeup
each
to
other.
hide the bruises and scratches. We are like caked up like the Joker.
Ooh,
Caked up is not the word to use.
Caked up.
You're not caked up like the
Caked
Joker.
up.
Whatever.
Butt stuff.
All right.
We do butt stuff like the Joker. Crazy.
How much do you guys factor in lyrics when listening to music?
Depends
'Cause I
on the
know
artist.
There are some songs that I listen to that I still would consider, my favorite songs of all time, but I still probably don't know their lyrics completely inside and out.
I think genuinely for the styles of music that I most partake in, that being like harder rock and metal stuff and like hardcore and punk, most of the time I don't give a shit what they're talking about or like the lyrics. I mean, I give a shit if it's like horribly bigoted. But also, like, a lot of people, it's just very screaming and very hard to discern a lot of the times. So I don't think in that context I factor lyrics into that much. But, like, if there's a dumb lyric, there's a dumb lyric. And I think that can kill a song pretty easily. We've talked about lyrics not mattering when it comes to the emotions of the song, but those are also songs that don't have standout bad lyrics.
Yeah, especially in the example that we used in that one episode of the Black Country New Road song. The lyrics are phenomenal, regardless.
Yeah.
It's just, we're just plainly saying that the emotion is what drives that song most specifically.
The emotion is also contained within the lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not like you can listen to like some guy on like a song just screaming his heart out, but also just being like a massive incel. Like,
exactly.
It matters.
For me, I think whether the lyrics matter or not really depends on the artist and how much they intend for the lyrics to be, like what level of importance there is. I think with like maybe like a pop song, depending on the pop song obviously, but like Espresso, which I feel like we talked about last episode,
Right.
you don't really need to know the lyrics by heart to get like the vibe of that song. But
Sure.
like if you're listening to like Bob Dylan, I feel like the lyrics of his songs are kind of like essential to really getting them. Bob Dylan's a good vibe on its own, but his storytelling, and this applies to a lot of other singer-songwriters, it part of the art form of it is what he's saying.
I think his songs are so simple too that you almost have to be carried by those lyrics.
Exactly.
And it does help that he's such a poet and such a like poignant songwriter and storyteller.
It's 100% his. It's because he put like so much of the song rests on his lyrics.
Yeah.
And also just the fact that his lyrics are so good
True.
and he's so good at it.
That's an interesting thing you said about Espresso though, specifically. A lot of Sabrina Carpenter's songs, I do find myself paying attention to lyrics more.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because when I'm listening to pop music specifically, it's always hooked on the personality of the person who's singing it.
That's true.
Like, a far less likable person could not sing the stuff that Sabrina Carpenter sings.
Yeah.
And honestly, we got that on the last Taylor Swift album.
Yeah, true.
Taylor Swift is doing a lot of stuff that Sabrina Carpenter does and not doing it well.
No, because she doesn't have the charisma.
Exactly. We talked about charisma last episode when the album.
I agree about Sabrina. I pay attention to her lyrics a lot. I just think espresso specifically is kind of more about. Okay, it helps a lot to like hear what she's saying.
Right.
Like it adds to it, but I feel like compared to a song like Please Please Please, there's less missing from the song if you don't pay attention to the lyrics.
Sure.
With Please Please Please, I get so much out of paying attention to the lyrics every time.
Yeah.
I do my best to pay attention to lyrics. I'm pretty, shoddy when it comes to listening to albums for the first time and having lyrics open while I'm like processing it. Sometimes that works in my favor, sometimes it doesn't. I do like paying attention to lyrics, and I do like dissecting the lyrics. Sometimes, lyrics can be an afterthought, I think, for a lot of artists. I guess it depends on, like, a lot of artists do, like, the melody is the important part and stuff like that. Like, that's the important part, and then lyrics are just kind of like, if it makes sense, it makes sense to me, I just put it in at the end of the day. But what I want to segue this into is some of, my favorite bands or artists that, really put the time into the lyrics, and I think that the lyrics really sell the rest of the music. And I wanted to start this off with my game that I have planned to get us talking. One of my favorite bands and lyricists of all time is from the band The Mars Volta, who I went to extensive talk about in an article already on Stabloid, which you should read, by the way.
Our first article ever.
Yes, the first article.
The first
which you should go read, because I love that album, and you should go listen to it and see what I got to say about it, because
It's about the album Deloused in the Comatorium.
Deloused in the Comatorium.
If we're Stabloid, can we refer to our articles as murders?
Yes.
Like, this is our first murder.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was our
Stabbing.
first murder. I feel like the next murder should be about, like,
80s rock.
80s rock. We need to
80s
murder.
alternative
Or
rock.
something
Let's
And
murder
the next
80s
one's
rock.
got to be Jane Remover.
Let's murder Jane Remover.
One of the things that I think is very apparent in Mars Volta, maybe less so in the musical content, but especially in the, which I went to a full extent about in the article, the short story that goes along with the concept of Deloused in the Comatorium, is flowery language. Now, there's a lot of talk about flowery language, and like, it's just like, just speak normal, and being like, you're intentionally making it harder for me to understand. But I really appreciate flowery language. I don't know, there's something about it that's just like, you're getting your point across in a way that's very unique to me, and I think that I like that sort of aspect of delivery, I guess, and getting that point across. So, of course...
Can I ask you a quick question that's completely unrelated to music? When was the last time you watched the Star Wars prequels?
I don't know. A long time.
That's annoying flowery language, though.
That's what I'm thinking about, because it's like, that's flowery language. People describe as Shakespearean.
That's flowery language that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily flowery.
But also it's the same thing with the album, where it's like they use flowery language where they could have just been like, Serpent Tax guy is fucking dead.
Yeah. People forget
dying.
People
He's
forget
dying, yeah.
Shakespeare wasn't good because he used complicated language. He was good because he wrote good stories.
Yeah, he had interesting stuff.
At the base level,
or presumably he did. We don't really know.
True.
There's a whole thing about, did he actually write his stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
That's unrelated, though. I'm really excited about this game, though.
Yes, so my game is, of course, Shakespeare or Mars Volta. I have over here a course of 9 or 10 quotes that are either, you can't look, don't look.
So I'm not looking.
Don't look. And basically, I've got a list of quotes from Mars Volta, Cedric Beasler Zavala's quotes, and Shakespeare quotes. And I want to see if you guys can decipher which one is which here, between is it a Shakespeare, is it a Mars Volta quote.
Coolio.
So we'll get this started right here. And if I do not leave you all as dead as a doornail, I pray God I may never eat grass more.
That's definitely Mars Volta.
Eat grass.
Eat grass
more.
more.
I'm thinking Mars Volta.
I'm thinking Mars Volta too, but it's not fair because I know the concept of the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
This is Shakespeare.
I should have known from Doornail.
This is Henry
Fuck.
V, or the
Yeah,
Fourth.
this is
This is Henry
Doornail.
the Fourth. This was
Nobody
actually,
uses Doornail
fun
anymore.
fact, the first ever appearance of Dead as a Doornail.
Really?
He invented it.
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that. I forgot though.
I know
Yeah.
he invented a bunch of stuff.
He
Yeah.
invented a lot of
Like
like
idioms
doorway.
and
He invented
Yes.
doorway.
he invented doors.
Let's get the next one. I foamed at the mouth while the lights winked at me, and now my shape is kept.
Well, that's. Oh,
That's Mars Volta.
I don't know. It's the lights winked at me. It's foaming at the back. I think if it was Shakespeare, that would have been done in a far more flowery language. I think it's Mars Volta.
That is Mars Volta. That is off of the song Goliath. He's talking about a demon.
Okay.
I think
Alright.
froth of the mouth sounds a different kind of imagery from what Shakespeare would use,
Right.
from what I'm familiar with.
Hey, if we just guessed Mars Volta across the board, we
That's
win
what I'm
like
doing.
we win at least
Yeah.
like half.
All right. Was he robbed of the asphalt that cushioned his face?
That's gotta be Mars Volta. That's gotta be Mars Volta. Asphalt?
I think that's Mars Volta.
Yeah, Shakespeare would have been
That
like
is Mars Volta, yeah.
Shakespeare
I
would
didn't
have been
think
like
about that.
He would have said
asphalt part.
concrete.
yeah, or like he would have
He
been
could
like
have invented asphalt. You don't know. You don't fucking know anything. You
he could
guys
have
are
invented
stupid.
concrete. Yeah.
That's true.
Did he
Alright.
invent stones?
He invented water. No, that was off of the song Televators.
Right.
Cool.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
I feel like that's Shakespeare.
I was gonna say that's Shakespeare. That's something he would put in a, like a something.
That is Shakespeare. That's from The
Yeah.
Tempest.
I think that was like one of his last plays before he went insane.
Yeah,
That's true. I
before
think
he went
so.
insane.
I don't know. I used to know Shakespeare people, and they would all talk about
Oh.
the Tempest like it was some crazy thing.
Dress the tapeworm as pet.
That's Mars Volta.
I think that's Shakespeare.
It's Mars Volta.
There weren't tape. Nobody knew what a tapeworm was back
Mars
then.
Volta.
That's
I
true.
disagree. I
Oh, yeah,
think.
tapeworm.
But it's-
I thought-
Okay, they probably knew it, but they were probably like,
Tapeworm was probably a word they used back then.
I don't know. I
to
think
describe, Joffrey over on the
They
court being a douche. Dress the tapeworm as pet is from Arior Tarka. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
oh fuck.
Right, havoc.
And let
Let's
slip
slip
the
the
I'm
dogs
voting
of
Shakespeare
war.
from this one too.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Mars Volta.
This is Shakespeare. That's from Caesar.
Shit.
That's from Caesar.
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 All my life I've been sowing the wounds, but the seeds form a lacrimal cord.
Mars Volta.
I'm also gonna say Mars Volta.
This is Mars Volta. That is Sigmus Vismum Cygnus, which is the first track
These
off of.
fucking names.
That is the first track off of The Widow, or that's not the name of the song, off of Francis the Mute. I'm not the percent you think survives. I need sanctuary in the pages of this book.
Mars Volta.
I'm also gonna say Mars Volta.
That is Mars Volta. That is the Sun et Lumiere.
Is that Deleuze in the Comatorium?
Yeah.
I know there's something to do with a book in that.
Yeah.
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 concept.
I remember you were explaining the short story to me one time, and at a certain point I was tuned out, and you said giants, and I was like,
Well, yeah, I was there too.
You were there,
Yeah.
There's
"There's
giants.
giants," and you were like,
Wait,
"Yeah, for
let
like
me
10
lock
minutes, there's
in.
been giants."
Yeah,
Let
I was
me-
like, was that not clear? They're giants.
Let me lock in for a sec. I heard about giants.
Yeah.
I'm interested now.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
I'm gonna say Shakespeare.
I will say Shakespeare.
That is Shakespeare. It's much ado about nothing. You guys did well.
I feel
Good
like I'm
thing.
like, well, what would he add? The order of these. What would he put? One after the
That's how
other?
you were.
Yeah,
gaming
I was
my
like-
system?
Well, I was like, well, we've had a few Mars Volta in a row. It's probably Shakespeare at this point.
I was guessing more so because there are some of those lyrics that were like flowery language, but with a modern twist. It's
Mhm.
like when people do like modern like translations of the Odyssey,
Yeah.
and they put like modern language in, but it's still within the rhythmic flow of like how it was initially.
I think the Odyssey was missing one thing, and that's some weird
Time shit.
Weird
Yeah.
time
Weird
shit.
time
You're a
shit.
hat guy.
I don't want to be hat guy. Can you? I don't.
No.
You're hat guy. Fuck.
I'm Spider-Man.
I heard Spider-Man was there. No, no. So this was just kind of an exercise to get talking about like Mars Volta, flowery language. I had to pick some very specific ones because there were some that I was looking at that made so little sense
Yeah.
that like I love Mars Volta and I love the style at which they write their lyrics, but I also completely understand that when you're listening to a song and they say cartwheel of scratches, like that doesn't, or they're like flies have walls for feet. And it's just
What?
like, what are we talking about? But also, like, I
Right.
love that,
That's
like,
like a banger
non-linear. Yeah. Flies have walls for feet. But yeah,
That's
no.
awesome.
I also kind of wanted to talk about Cedric Bixler. It's really hard for me sometimes to separate good lyrics from good deliveries.
Sure.
Because there are some Mars Volta lyrics that, like, I love, and I would never be able to do them justice because I don't have the delivery that Cedric Bixler Zavala has. And specifically, I wanted to talk about like what it sounds like when Cedric is not doing that like super over the top delivery, because they sound fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, just like rifling them off between the Shakespeare ones was like, what is this guy babbling about?
Yeah.
Like with the Shakespeare ones, it's like, yeah, I can see that in the context of a story, but like there was some in that game where he was just like, I cannot place this in the middle of anything.
Yeah. I wanted to read an excerpt from the At the Drive-In song Invalid Letter Department.
Right.
Or Invalid Litter Department. In this song, I don't know if you've definitely heard this album. You know At the Drive-In, Relationship of Command.
I don't know much about At the Drive-In.
So in this song, he just kind of like says lyrics. He just kind of reads it out like it's poetry.
Sure.
Song starts weird, like sort of emo-y, punky instrumental, and he goes, intravenously polite, it was the walkie-talkies that had knocked the pins down as their shoes gripped the dirt floor in the silhouette of dying. And it's just like, he says it exactly like that.
Really?
And he just reads, he's like, yeah, they had plans for him. They had spun the last of their pimps' polyester satin nailed jewelry lips while the guillotine just laughed again. And it's just like,
The fuck?
it's so much.
Doesn't work as well.
That's a part where I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too much when you're just
Right.
reading them to me straight. I think that a lot of my favorite lyrics are driven by the deliveries. And
Okay.
I was curious if you all had similar thoughts and feelings about lyricists and lyrics.
Yeah, so I don't have much to say when it comes to Mars Volta and him specifically, because I'm just not familiar first with that. What I am versed with is the Replacements and Paul Westerberg as a lyricist and as a vocalist. Because I think what it comes down to is that sort of delivery versus lyrical content. I specifically, when I was writing, I had Swingin' Party by the Replacements on my mind. And Swingin' Party is a really beautiful song that most of the lyrics are shit like, bring your own lampshade somewhere there's a party. It just says some bullshit.
Yeah,
the
that's
entire song.
awesome.
One of the lines is literally just like, quitting school and going to work and never going fishing. And like the chorus is like, if being alone's a crime, I'm serving forever. If being strong's your kind, then I need help with this feather.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't really make sense unless you got into like an analysis sort of front. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because what Paul Westerberg is doing on the delivery of that song, he's like almost straining his vocals. It's kind of the similar thing of the Black Country New Road song, where he's
Is it
like
breaking.
Yeah, he's kind of breaking, and you can tell he's putting his full chest into the emotion of the song. And so, but that is a song where I do think the lyrics matter because you can sort of get that message across with a different delivery, but the delivery that Paul Westerberg does is so like emotionally taxing. And I think it's similar with Mars Volta guy, Cedric Bixler Zavala. I think I said that right. Zavala. Because at least in that Mars Volta record I've listened to, he's putting it down as straightforward as it gets, but he's telling a story. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want somebody telling me a story. This is going to sound weird. I don't want somebody telling me a story, but they're also putting in their full ass and balls into that story to, like, get the exact emotions across.
Yeah.
I would expect that if I was reading a book myself.
Yeah, there are, whereas at the drive-in, Cedric's very present through most of like what he's saying. In Mars Volta, he takes a backseat to the instrumentals for like minutes at a time through lengthy spick, and I think that the instrumentals do a really good job in that aspect of covering the layers in which, so as you're not just getting like tired like Cedric Zavala just being like for like fucking 3 hours,
Right.
because his voice is a lot. That's my Mars Volta bit.
Yeah.
I like that guy a whole lot.
You guys looking at me?
I'm
I guess so.
Yeah. If you had anything you would like to add, we can move on. You don't have to have
I
something.
like Cameron Winter.
Want to talk about Cameron Winter?
I like him.
Okay.
We can move on.
I can move on to Cameron Winter.
Let's
I
go
want
to
to talk
Cameron,
about Cameron
yeah.
Winter.
Sure.
We're a big Geese, Cameron Winter.
It's a Cameron Winter family over
We're a
here.
Cameron Winter
I'm
family.
a Geese supporter. I know. I think when it comes to Cameron Winter, something that always like draws me to him and makes me interested is like he is an artist who uses kind of psychedelic imagery, things that are kind of surreal, similar to someone like Jeff Mangum in my eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way that's very easily to digest to an average listener.
Yeah.
Like on a song like I don't know, $0, like that. So many people love that song, and it's
Right.
weird. It's a weird song.
Yeah.
A lot of it is pretty digestible lyrically, even if you don't always understand it.
Yeah.
It never comes off as pretentious.
Fuck these people.
You know, it always comes down as like he's just speaking his truth.
When it
It's hard to accept.
when it comes down to industry plants, I'm kidding. When it comes down to people on the scene right now who I think are doing it almost the best lyrically, I'm immediately drawn to Cameron Winter.
Me too.
Mhm.
I think even if I know that most people don't, the people who don't care for Cameron Winter that I've seen mostly talk about his voice and his like very prominent and unique like whoa,
It's like
you know
ghastly
aboutisms about him. Yeah, his lyrical context is like it's so good. It's like next to none. It's so specific and it's so simple. This is going to be a crazy comparison, by the way. In a way that I think that Kurt Cobain sort of lyrics are. If we want to get into heavy metal, let's talk about Drinking Age. Like, that song has maybe 10 lines of lyrics max.
Yeah.
And they're very simplistic and they're very specific.
He's
Yeah.
not trying to be anything he's not. He is just
Right.
a poet.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about that. I kind of wanted to propose an idea about Cameron Winter. Because something you said about JPEG Mafia last night kind of got me thinking about Cameron Winter, which is strange. But
They were on a
no,
song
they make
I
together.
know they were on a song together.
They make what? Oh, they were. I
There's
forgot.
a bomb
Trinidad.
in my car.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
because you said that JPEG Mafia like said something about like nobody wanted to rap on my stuff, so I started rapping, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay somebody to produce stuff.
Yeah.
I had this idea of like Cameron Winter as a poet first and a singer second.
Maybe.
Because the thing about it is, like, a lot of his lines, Jack Black called him a poet. And I trust
Yeah.
Jack Black when it comes to
Well-
lyrics.
He didn't have to take about that clip.
Yeah, I'm just so like Jack Black is so desperate to stay in the public eye and
Yeah.
desperate to be like the cool guy in Hollywood. And it's just to me it just reads so like, "Oh, I know this is the hot thing right now. I know it's cool." And people are
Maybe.
going to think that it's cool that Jack Black is talking about
Cameron Winter.
Cameron
indeed.
Winter.
Yeah.
No, you're totally right.
No, I
But-
agree.
I do agree with his sentiment, at least, or at least the portrayed sentiment that
Yeah.
Cameron Winter is like a
Have you
poet.
listened to Projector?
I think he's a.
No, I will eventually.
Because I think where that your point kind of maybe slides off is I don't necessarily find Projector lyrics as profound.
I also think that he is in equal parts a singer and poet, because most of what attracts me to his solo stuff is the poetry, but so much of what attracts me to an album like 3D Country is the vocals and how zany they are.
Yeah, sure.
he's an
Yeah,
extreme.
he's another one that's like the delivery is a
yeah,
lot
absolutely.
of it.
I'm not saying he's a bad vocalist.
No,
in the
no, no,
slightest.
no, I
I
know.
love his singing voice, but I think it's another situation where he just so happened to also be really good at vocals.
I think he's equal parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very,
Just-
very talented, pretty much equally in my eyes.
I wanted to bring up Nina Field of Cops specifically,
Props.
which is I'm gonna.
No, I think it's Cops.
It's not.
It's not Cops?
I thought it was Cops.
I feel like it might be Crops.
Because he says, I'll fight through fields of cops.
Oh.
Whatever it is. What you said about Kurt Cobain is Kurt Cobain has a similar thing where it's just like, I don't know what he's talking about, but I know it has at least some level of meaning. Even though a lot of the lyrics that Kurt Cobain wrote were completely meaningless by his own admission.
Yeah.
And maybe it's the same thing for Cameron Winter. But like Cameron Winter will say some shit like, I'm going to eat my keys, and I'm like listening to him
Yeah,
like,
how many monkeys?
maybe he will.
Big Russian man upstairs kicking robin eggs to powder as the music breaks a window. He's like,
Yeah, like I don't know what the fuck that means.
Nina Field of Cops is such like a clusterfuck. It's
Yeah.
so like
It's so much.
It's so much.
It sounds like like if a fucking you were at a church and the guy playing piano was on fucking drugs.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
Yeah, he's like
crack.
slamming his hands on the
It
piano.
sounds like
and
a
he's
car
just, like,
accident.
It
yelling
sounds,
at you.
I love how much kind of even on heavy metal, which a lot of his newer songs that he's debuting live, there's a lot of Christian overtones
Yeah,
to
a
it.
lot of religious
overtly,
stuff. Yeah.
a lot of religious references. But I think even on the songs on heavy metal, maybe not As Your Dollar because he does make some religious references on that.
Right.
God is real, but
Really, there's
on
religious
Nina-
references.
on
in
Nina
Zero
Field
Dollar?
of Cops or Crops or whatever, it also evokes kind of a religious imagery to me, of like it almost feels cultish.
Yeah.
Nina knows why. She's seen into the eyes of what it means to be a mountain. What does that mean? I don't fucking know.
Figure it
Yeah, but
out.
like
It's divine.
Right.
It's just a line that I feel like you can dissect for a while.
Yeah.
And it's the
Yeah.
same thing with Love Takes Miles. Do you guys know Jeff Tweedy?
No, but
From
it's a funny
Wilco.
name.
Yeah. Jeff Tweedy was in a band called Uncle Tupelo, and then they split off and created a band called Wilco. Wilco is an awesome band, and Uncle Tupelo is also an awesome band. My dad loves Uncle Tupelo. But I think nowadays he's kind of more known for Wilco.
I think he's definitely more known for Wilco now.
Yeah. On his Substack, shout out Substack.
Shout out.
Found us.
That's
Find
where we
us
are.
on-
Find us
Find
there.
us there.
Yeah.
Find us. On his Substack, he on Valentine's Day wrote a whole like article and put out a cover of Love Takes Miles.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like how real that song is and how accurately it depicts the feeling of
Who
love.
else
I
did
love
Take-
that song.
Cameron Picton? Did he do
Cameron
Love Takes
Picton
Miles?
did do a
Yeah.
cover of it live.
Yeah, Love Takes Miles. We won't, but we could dedicate like 30 minutes just talking about Love Takes Miles
Absolutely.
and the lyrics of that song.
I
and
think just the
everything.
bass lyric, "Love Takes Miles, Love Takes Years," is so powerful
Yeah.
Right.
because it's true in a lot of cases.
Every time that Cameron Winter talks about love, I'm like, I am sitting and I'm listening.
Yeah,
Like,
it hits me like a truck.
Half Real.
Woof. Half Real is hard. Half Real became a hard listen for a while.
Oh,
That's
Half
such a
Real.
tough song. I
Aiden,
think
I thought you were. I remember you saying "Half Real" wasn't your favorite.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was so wrong. God, that song's so good. Some people think that that love is a nail in the wall, and that's how a lot of assholes feel. But that's not how I feel at all. Ouch!
Yeah.
God,
God damn.
just pray for the lobotomy.
Lobotomy.
Get rid of the bad times. Get, rid of the good ones
times.
too. God,
what a good,
Jesus.
such a great.
what a goated, just everything.
He's so good. We're Cameron Winter Chuds.
We are, and unapologetically so.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like the godfather of geese.
We're the
No,
exact
you were-
demographic though, kind
Yeah,
of.
you were on Geese before any of us.
I was probably
That's
on
true.
Geese like 2 years before Getting Killed came out.
I remember you showing
and
me.
those entire 2 years, I was trying to get these two to listen to.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then
I got there before Getting Killed.
Oh yeah.
I got there the summer before it came out.
I actually have a I pre-ordered heavy metal on vinyl, so I have one of the first editions.
Wow.
So maybe someday that'll be worth something.
I remember you showing me 3D Country, like the song
Yeah.
in your house.
I
and
would just put
we
it
were
on,
Like,
just
this
to-
fucking sucks. Well, because I was an asshole about music for a while.
Were you?
Yeah.
You said it sucked?
No, I probably said it to myself.
You
Oh.
played me 2122 and I got scared.
Dude, that song is awesome, but
yeah.
I can't
It's a
listen.
lot.
I think that I prefer the live version. I mean the one from the title session they did. The like Geese Live and in person. That little EP, because it feels faster but not too fast. I think, and now I listen to the original and I'm like, this is like a little too slow.
Yeah.
But it's still a great song. Still great.
It's like Zeppelin, sort
Yeah.
of. That song is very Zeppelin.
Yes. That's maybe the only song on there that I describe as Zeppelin-esque.
Yeah, no, totally. You're right. It's just the fact it's just like a
It
sort of
is.
arpeggiated picked riff, and then the
Yeah.
drums are going a little crazy.
Something I want to talk about really quick with Cameron Winter, and then we'll move on, is like, well, I want to go back to the delivery aspect. I just walk around and like say Cameron Winter lines all the time.
Yeah.
I'm walking around my
No,
house
it's
and I'm
awesome.
going, why don't you go home and rot?
Yeah.
You and those kids you grew up
You
with.
make up your own sometimes.
Yeah, I do love just
You're good at it.
Yeah. I like to do that to the melody of the actual song.
Right.
Yeah.
You do that with a lot of artists.
It's
You're
it's
like,
it's really funny to me.
I walk a lonely road. The road is so lonely, and I'm
And I'm walking.
I'm alone.
Don't know where I'm going, but there's a dog and it says he's pretty cute.
I remember for a while.
Just stupid shit.
I remember for a while I used to just shout Jormungandr.
Jormungandr in the night.
But specifically just Jormungandr.
Yeah.
But we'd be in like stores and I'd do it and everyone would look at me and be like, "Shut the fuck up now." We don't even get into how that entire album is almost conceptual, given how many times like "I'm Not Here" comes up or like $0.
Oh yeah.
Nina comes up a lot. But I think you were right in that we can generally dedicate an entire album just that.
Yeah, I think
entire
we
episode just
gotta
that
move
album.
on from Cameron Winter because we'll be here all day.
I want to swing around to like the complete opposite of the lyrical stuff we've been talking about. It seemed like the things we've brought up so far have been very complex lyricism that also have sort of depended on the delivery of such, specifically with Cameron Winter more so. I want to talk about a song specifically whose lyrics I think are perfect, and the entire song I would say is perfect, but specifically the lyrical content is amazing, and the delivery is, it doesn't matter when you have lyrics with such heart, and they're so simple. It's This Must Be the Place. Naive Melody.
Oh, you're right.
If you go on
You're right.
Genius, literally there's a David Byrne quote where he's like, "This is the most direct song I've ever written in my life," because the
Yeah.
entire song is full of every love song cliche you could ever think of.
I also think that I remember Mike the Snare said this in his discography dive of Talking Heads.
Right.
Is that it is the most straightforward Talking Heads song. There's no
is.
sarcasm or irony to it. It's just like a love song through and through.
Exactly. It's so beautiful. It matches the instrumental so perfectly.
It does.
I wrote some of the lyrics down here. It's like I feel numb. Like, I guess I must be having fun. The less we say about it, the better. We'll make it up as we go along. That's like cliche love lyrics.
Yeah.
101. But at the same time, when you're sort of talking about, I think there's two ways you can go about conveying a huge emotion like love. You can go in that Cameron Winter complex sort of vagueness, or you can just go as straightforward as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to being straightforward, there are a lot of really bad love lyrics, as I'm sure we've all heard in our lifetimes of very bad love songs.
You smoke a cigarette and then you live till you die.
Watch last episode.
Yeah,
watch last
You're gonna have
episode.
to watch last episode to understand
That's
that
the last
reference,
episode
Stabloid.
reference. If you want-
Wow.
If you understood the reference off the rip, you get the gold star.
You get free merch.
You get free merch that we've
Yeah.
made.
You get this Sprite bottle that I've been sipping on.
You get
this
James
entire
Brown.
episode. You get James Brown.
James Brown.
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
midnight. Happy birthday, Lucy.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Guys, I'm 22.
No
That's crazy
shot.
sauce. 21. I don't think it gets any more straightforward than This Must Be the Place.
Yeah.
And at the same time, that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because
So
really,
good.
when it comes to conveying that love emotion, what can you really do or say that hasn't been done before? Nobody's gonna reinvent the wheel on some of these lyrics about love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna be like remaking Human Nature by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we're running out of ways.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think.
Like Beatles songs probably covered like 35% of how you can display love,
Yeah.
honestly. And then the rest of the 65% has probably been taken up at this point. I feel like love as an emotion, given how much it can encapsulate in a song, it's almost like trying to look into the sky and write about what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, if you can only comprehend so much, writing as direct as possible when it comes to the lyrical matter is like gonna hit so hard on a human level.
It is crazy how, like, many angles he covered in that one song. The one lyric from that one that always gets me is, "I'm just an animal looking for a home."
Yeah.
That's such a
Yeah.
a bare, like down to the bone
Bear.
it's such like a
Awesome.
it's such a human, it's so like, I'm trying to find the right word. It's like human nature. I don't know. It's like, it's animalistic.
Why? Tell him that it's human nature. Why does
It's
he do me
just-
that
I'm
way?
still laughing at Bear. It's animalistic.
Can we just get like the guy from Obsession in the middle right
It's like when
here?
I said bombastic and you all laughed really hard.
that was fun. That was hilarious.
A line like that is like, it's such an umbrella term of what we are searching for, you know, when it, like when it comes to like seeking out love and stuff like that. It's just like, you're just looking for like a home, pretty much. This is, I
Yeah.
get such like a
Yeah.
image in my head
It's
whenever I hear that
animalistic.
part. Yeah, it's bombastic
You
and
were-
animalistic.
You were really right though when you said it like covers a lot of angles, because the
Yeah.
entire song, there's so many separate lyrics. The one that specifically stands out to me in that song is when he says like, out of all of those lovely people, you've got a face with a view, or something similar.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Because to
too.
me, like
Uh.
the entire song encapsulates so much about love. Like he says, like you can kind of hear the self doubt about it.
Face
when
with a view is so good.
I
It's
know,
such a
right?
Yeah.
good one.
But like he's talking about self doubt when it comes to love, because he's like, cover up the blank spots and hit me on the head.
Yeah.
And he's talking about like, I guess I must be having fun. But he's
Yeah.
also talking about like the safety that you can find in love, when he's talking about like, she lifted up her wings and I guess that this must be the place. And I think it all comes to a head with that line. With like,
yeah,
because that is the line
You're
of
right.
out of everyone on earth, I want you the most.
Yep.
God, I love that song.
We're
We're also Talking Heads chuds now.
yeah,
This is another band that you were on way before all of us.
Years and years and years.
Yeah, I remember I used to
They're my
really
favorite
dislike
band.
Talking Heads.
I know I'm quiet right now, but Talking Heads is my favorite band.
It is also 12:30 probably when we're recording this.
So tired.
we can make it generally fast because I don't know how much Lucy's gonna have to say about Two Way Mirror by Load. It's a very
None.
specific song.
I don't listen to that song that much.
A sort of in between of those 2 points you've been talking about, of the ultra simple and the ultra complex, is a band that I will never shut up about.
Me neither.
That being Loathe.
Yep.
For those who are uninitiated, Loathe is a Liverpudlian metal band. They have some music that has just emotionally crippled me.
They
Basically.
are. I don't think it is unfair to say they are the best metal band making music right now.
No,
I'm gonna stand on that.
No, I'm pretty
So
sure
hard.
like it might be like Ghost or maybe
Metallica.
Sleep Token.
No, I think it.
Metallica did put out
'Ice Nine Kills,
72
Nirvana.
Seasons was a great album. You know,
Yeah.
fucking Deftones.
One of Loathe's finer moments on an album full of tens called "I Let It In and It Took Everything." One of my top 10 or 5 favorite albums.
It's
of all
like my.
time.
It's like my top 3.
It's probably, yeah, honestly,
it's up
I
there.
might be there with you.
Yeah.
When we talk about
no,
the new
for
album,
real. Bro,
You can be in the club. You're allowed.
Yeah, you can like the
come
album.
in. We're gonna let you in. You're gonna take everything.
no, just by
The
just
Loathe
by,
episode.
we're just gonna do the Loathe episode.
My
Yeah.
mic's so hard.
You hit that like a bitch.
Whoa.
Oh, what? I'm not allowed to say bitch anymore? Because you don't say it?
You can keep it the
Your
yo.
interjection. You hit that like a bitch. So you just looked up from like your phone.
I have my zingers still. I'm
is
not
awesome.
contributing a bunch.
This is a great episode.
No, this is
Conversationally,
awesome.
I'm not
Awesome
there, but I
episode.
am. My one-liners.
Yeah.
They're still
I really
there.
like this episode so far.
Me too.
Continue.
Two-Way Mirror is an incredible song. It kind of dives into their more shoegazy side, because they definitely take a
Deftones.
so much Deftones
So
influence.
Deftones.
But like if Deftones knew about like how to drop their guitars even further. And the lyrics of Two-Way Mirror feed into the I Let It In narrative, which is all about relationships and the loss of relationships. Apparently in an interview, Kadeem France, the vocalist of Loathe, said that the song was inspired by his relationship with his father, which is crazy because for the longest time we both thought it was just about a dying non-platonic
exactly.
like relationship. And the lyrics, you would not guess are about a fatherly relationship, but like upon second look,
It makes so much sense.
yeah, it does.
Makes a lot of
Specifically in that
sense.
first verse where he's saying
Yeah.
like, look into the eyes of a life lived twice.
Yeah.
But I think when you get into the second verse,
Sharing the same vice.
sharing the same vice,
Yeah.
yeah. When you get into the second verse, it just gets so more vague though.
Yeah.
And it's this great power that Loath has to just, they put words to general specific feelings. Like it's an oxymoron, but like the general feeling is the decay of a relationship, which is inherently specific.
Yeah.
But it's that general feeling because you can apply it to so many specific relationships dying.
What I wanted to get into with this one is the title of Two-Way Mirror to me spoke, and the lyrics spoke to a sense of uncertainty in the relationship, which we talked about. And what I thought was really smart that they did was the first chorus and then the remaining choruses are completely different.
Yeah.
Because the first chorus, the lines read as hoping to find faith, miming dissolving grace, just say I know, which is a great way of saying like we're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
And then so when I read that originally, I was like, oh, it's just like he's coming to a realization that the relationship isn't as great as he thought. And then later in the song, it says the same thing, hoping to find faith, miming dissolving grace, just say I know. It's all in our heads. Just say I know, and I'll be here. Stay here instead. And then it's like, oh shit, he's being like, tell me I'm crazy. Like,
Yeah, he wants to.
yeah, he wants to keep the
salvage
relationship,
it all.
and
Yeah.
it goes back to like the uncertainty of it, and then the fucking, what would you do if you weren't afraid? I hate
That
you,
line.
Loath. I hate you. I
We hate
you.
this band so much.
It's just like
they're so
it's
good.
it's a perfectly executed, just perfect. It's perfect. They nailed it.
They did.
It's perfect. Perfect. It's perfect.
He's yelling so much.
Perfect.
I think I'm going crazy.
You kind of are.
I think I'm getting heat syncope.
What does that fucking mean?
It's from the JonTron
What the fuck
episode.
is
It is
that?
from the John John episode.
You guys did an episode without me?
Yeah, we had JonTron on.
Yeah, we had John Tron on.
That one's coming
Fuck.
out. That one's coming out. The year anniversary.
You couldn't get me, so you got
Stabloid.
the next best thing. JonTron, if you're listening, we'd love to have you.
We
Yeah.
would love to have.
We had to
JonTron.
delete the episode because he was saying some stuff.
He was doing like Destiny podcast times 10.
Right, and he was talking about the Wii U.
It was like, this sucks my balls, or whatever he says. I don't know. He probably said something like that.
The worst game of all time.
That's like
I have a bird.
I wanted to get into, speaking of emotionally crippling songs and albums, I wanted to get into the sad indie boy lyrics. Specifically, I find a lot, and you guys already talked about Bob Dylan, indie folk has some of my favorite lyrics of all time, and I haven't listened to a whole lot of indie folk, but you also mentioned Jeff Mangum. Another great lyrics going on there, all over In the Airplane Over the Sea. Phil Elverum's more new to me, so I'm going to talk about Phil Elverum. Phil Elverum and the Microphones, fucking Elephant album. The Glow Part 2 by the Microphones is maybe the saddest album I've ever listened to. And I know that he himself has made supposedly way sadder albums.
Yes.
He made Crow Looked at Me,
You're not ready.
but I'm not ready for
Oh, it's that guy?
yeah, I'm not ready for A Crow Looked at Me by Mount Erie. But Phil Elverum's lyrics just have this innate power to just cripple you entirely. And it's marked so well with the lo-fi stuff going on the Glow Part 2. And I think it's interesting because his delivery is not notable, I don't think.
I think in a way,
I think
he
maybe-
just have a unique voice.
He's
to
got a
me.
unique voice, but I don't think it's the delivery of the
He-
vocals that make it.
No.
He's very straightforward in his like vocal delivery. We talked about Isaac Wood and how people were like, this guy sounds really sad. I wouldn't say that Phil Elverum sounds sad when he's singing.
Phil Elverum's just seems like he's being polite.
Yeah,
He,
he
seems like,
does.
He
You're
sounds
right.
almost despondent,
Yeah,
and which is sad in its own way.
yeah. But I wanted to get into I Want Wind to Blow.
I'm a big fan of Headless Horseman.
Yes, I wanted to also talk about Headless Horseman. But the lyrics from, I gotta pull them up because I can't remember anything anymore. The lyrics, they read as, I want wind to blow my clothes off me, sweep me off my feet, Take me out and don't bring me back. Oh, where I can see days passed by me. I've no head to hold in grief, but there's no hope for me. I've been set free. There's no breeze. There's no ship on my sea. It's just like giving up the album. Like that's just kind of what it reads to me. Is like such a like just being like I'm not gonna feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just fuck everybody. I don't feel like feeling things anymore.
Right.
And God, Headless Horseman. Have you heard Headless Horseman?
No, I don't think I've heard a single microphone.
Good Lord, Headless Horseman.
I feel like you have, but you probably just forgot because I
probably have, but just from you.
I
Putting
definitely
on stuff.
showed you at some point.
Headless Horseman is just like I was in a relationship and I exited a worse person. And it's just like fuck. It hurts in such like a I don't know, specific way.
I really love the lyric, "You turned me into a stray dog from a mighty human man."
Yeah, that's that one.
My soft hands replaced with claws.
Yeah.
Is just like
That's awful. I always I went back and stared you down, and then I walked aimlessly around with a flaming pumpkin head.
Yeah.
Like that one. Well, the whole thing is I will return from my trip to hell as a headless horseman.
Yeah.
And when he fucking at the end of that song when he goes, "It's a precious thing we lost." It's just like, ouch. Owie.
Yeah. God,
It's
what a
just-
song.
It's so oh my God. And there's other like examples like the song Samurai.
I went down to the moon.
Oh, the moon is
The
so
moon is so
good.
good.
The moon's another good one.
The Glow Part 2, the title track.
Yep. Yeah. Phil Elverum.
I'm in danger.
I'm so ready to listen to Mount Erie, guys.
Sure.
You'll never be ready.
I'm
You
so
may as well just do it.
I'm so ready to listen
Just,
to
like,
a crow
buckle-
look
just,
at
like,
me
pull off
from
the
Mount
Band-Aid.
Erie.
Just buckle down and make sure you're
I
not
feel like
in
I
a
keep
terrible
listening
place.
to Satyr and set like the bar keeps getting cleared.
This will be a hard bar to clear.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those albums that I have only listened to like twice.
Yeah.
But it is in one of my
Right.
favorites.
I don't even know what saddest album would be before I listen to the microphones. Maybe Death Consciousness.
That would make sense.
Maybe some shoegaze.
Do you think the
thing.
Glow Part 2 is the saddest one you've heard?
Yeah. I think it beats out Death Consciousness. Death
Yeah.
Consciousness is very hit or miss for me. The
Fair
one
enough.
the saddest song to me on Death Consciousness is Earth Mover. Just because I think it's a very good depiction of feeling emotionless.
Right.
Where it's like he depicts these people as like golems that all they do is like walk around and like destroy the earth. Nothing pierces their skin.
Right.
And nothing like gets through to them or phases them. And then at the end of the song he's like, and all you hear like them say to themselves is, "We wish we were dead."
Okay.
And it's
Would you
just like,
would you liken their skin, these golems, to iron?
is that one of the
Iron golems.
oh
Dude, I love
thought-
Minecraft.
I thought
that's it for me.
I got some other just like two little things.
Two little things go.
I just want to give a general shout out to Chris Cornell. He's one of my
Yep.
favorite.
Yeah.
He's my favorite musician ever.
Everything
got some input.
I said is what I mean.
You are going crazy. It is currently probably 12:45
My
and
bad.
you're yelling.
That's my bad.
No, it's fine. I don't give a shit. I couldn't really. I was thinking like I gotta rip Chris Cornell. I got the Soundgarden tattoo, but then I couldn't just think of one song I wanted to do. So I'm just gonna say, Chris Cornell, you were incredible. I miss you. 4th of July is one of the hardest hitting songs I've ever listened to in my life. And I also just want to give a shout out to just like general cool lyric moments that kind of ties more into delivery stuff. The one I'm thinking about is, to bring up Loathe again, Revenant, which has probably one of the sickest fucking moments of lyrical and lyrical delivery.
Are you talking about that part?
No. Not that part. I'm talking about in the part in the like breakdown in the middle where he goes, "With intent to kill, you've killed yourself." And the whole song stops when he says that.
yeah, you're right.
Whole
And it
song
goes,
stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's so cool. The whole song comes to a crashing halt, and then boom,
That's
right back
good at
in.
that. That's like what they did in Dimorphos with the snap.
Yeah.
Ba-dum.
But it's specifically just that line hits so hard, like, with intent to kill, you've killed yourself. I think another cool moment is the breakdown when he just is the breakdown right at the end. That's just cool. The way it slows down and it goes like the riff goes an octave down from the one from the verse.
You know.
Fucking metal.
Everyone listen to
What do you think,
Love.
James?
Oh no.
Oh yeah, he does.
He poke his eyes out, so please stop. Don't, no. He's here.
Don't say that.
Ooh, you get that?
I don't even feel like this is real. I was looking at you guys earlier and I was like, this is a dream. I'm not in the place.
It'd be crazy if you like went up to one of us and just.
I would
your
do
hand
that
through.
even if it wasn't a dream.
What?
I would do that even if it wasn't a dream.
You just put your hand through me?
Yeah.
I would kill you.
Moving on to our next section where we take an album that you Stabloiders have submitted us and we're going to review it. Now on this one we've got I'm gonna restart. That was so bad. We're moving on to our next section here where we're gonna talk about a viewer submitted album as we always do, and we're gonna review it for you right here, right now. This week we are going to do this month I guess rather.
Yeah.
God, how time flies. All right.
This hour.
Swimming. All right. This month we have Yang by Lil Darky, recommended by Upward Vinyl. Thank you for your submission.
The sequel to his album Yin.
He is now. I'm called
Really?
Yin?
That's true, actually.
Wow.
I'm not doing a bit.
That's
Guys,
cool.
I enjoyed this album way more than I thought I would.
I also was pleasantly surprised. Getting into this album, I was very like, I know who you are, Lil Darky. I know.
He's very known for the very like shock value,
yeah.
edgy lyrics, and like trap metal stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like reminds me of Daywalker by MGK and Corpse Husband, if anyone remembers.
Mm.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Terrible combination.
Oh, it was such a bad song. But this album was not that. This album was like kind of had a lot of soul in it. Had a lot of real ass metal parts, not like the trap metal stuff.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just like some real ass like Deftones shit. And while, that's cool and all. On the other hand, I would rather listen to Deftones.
Right.
And
yeah.
there was a point where I was like, oh, I want to listen to Deftones right now. So I put on a Deftones song and I was like, all right, time to get back to the Little Darky album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool though. I think it goes for most ideas in that album. I think he just didn't go deep enough on any of them.
Right.
I
For them to
agree.
leave a lasting impact.
I got so whiplashed.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of like cool ideas, but they're all so different, and like there's not enough time to explore them past like this is the genre that I'm doing, and that's kind of it. It's like doesn't put its own spin on anything really.
Right.
Besides, Lil Darky's usual kind of like he's still doing
Yeah.
kind of edgy lyrics.
It was
Yeah.
it was so weird to me because like I don't know very much about Lil Darky other than he's the trap metal guy and that his music kind of sucks. Immediately I got hit with this like almost Griselda sort of like
Yeah.
song at the start with like this
Yeah.
West Side Gun flow, and I was like, okay, and then Deftones. Next
Yeah.
song.
Right.
Next song, Joey Badass. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
what-
No, I wouldn't even say
what's
Joey.
going on
I wouldn't even
here?
say. Here's the thing. I wouldn't even say Joey Badass for Heaven, because that's the next. I would say Heaven is like just straightforward indie pop.
I was thinking Hope was more Joey Badass.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Is that it went from like hardcore rap to Deftones to like indie rock
To like
and then
Thundercat.
and then yeah, then we're in the actual album. It feels
Yeah.
because like from that point on, it turns into like a sort of lo-fi mellow like hip hop album.
I feel like I had to ignore the first couple songs
Yeah.
to like fully understand what was
No,
going
sequencing
on.
was not this album's strong suit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. The problem with this album, I will say, initially, I found enjoyment out of it. I thought he did not go deep into the sounds that he was exploring. But at the same time, they're fine sounds. But also at the same time, like the last album we covered last episode, it's sounds that I've heard done much better. Especially with the core of the album,
Yeah.
like those last 7 tracks or so, where he's into the more lo-fi stuff. I was like, Joey Badass has done this better. Denzel Curry has done this better.
Tyler the Creator.
Like Tyler the Creator has done this better. Better. Billy Woods has done this better. There's so many other rappers and artists, hip hop artists who have done Fleshwater. Yeah,
there's some
Fleshwater. There's so many other rappers who have done this sound better, and there's so many other bands and musicians who are in like indie rock and shoegaze metal sort of scenes that have done those sounds better. And if you want like a more hardcore style of like hip hop, go for actual like gangster rap and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
actual more real hardcore stuff.
That shit's like edgy, but it's like real as fuck.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it's not like I'm not black, but I'm gonna say the N word. You know?
I know nothing about Lil Darky other than like he's controversial, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very controversial.
Okay.
The album that came after this one, this album has about like a 70 rating,
Sure.
Yeah.
70 average user score. The album that was released for the same year directly after this album has a user score of about 25
Whoa.
out of 100.
Jeez.
He fell
That's
off
stinkers.
again hard. And all the albums before this were like range from like 10 to 30 average rating.
Wow.
So he really popped off with this
he
one.
made
in a lot
one good album.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like fine.
While
Yeah.
I was looking through some of his older stuff, I came across a little something called "Drink My Piss, You Nasty Slut." Yeah, yeah. And the album cover looks like this. And I was like, what the fuck? What is this, Lil Darky?
Little Darky
So,
as
like,
the
it's-
e-girl, anime girl.
I appreciate, of course, the evolution of an artist. And I guess with the newfound context, it sounds like he didn't stick to the sound for very long.
No.
But
a lot of his stuff I've heard described as low effort.
this was like, I thought it was all right. Like
Yeah.
it seemed like this was a direction that if he sticks with this direction, he could really make into something that's his own. I don't think his lyrics are very good.
No.
I think he's very blunt, kind of incelish at worst,
Yeah.
especially on songs
I
like
think
Liar,
it's like
the Deftones
it's like
one.
better. It's like it's like acceptable in like comparison to all the horrible things he said beforehand in a lot of his music. Just
Really?
like chalking edgy stuff.
Oh, okay.
And also saying the N-word. He's Indian.
Okay.
So definitely can't say the N-word.
Yeah, isn't his like character like a blackface caricature too?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I feel like I get that vibe.
Right. I don't know.
Um, And also
We're all white.
People have there was discourse around the N-word, and there's also discourse around his use of the word darky.
The inconsistency also shined through in the lyrics, even
Yeah.
through like, because there were some like the song "I'm Going Crazy" I thought it was a good song, but like there were like 3 separate topics covered over the course of 6 minutes.
So that song is 8 minutes long, and it definitely could have just been cut into 3 songs.
Yeah, it could have been 3 songs. They're like,
Because it's so
they don't make reference to each other.
yeah. There's a beat switch, and then he's like talking about racism, and then there's a beat switch, and then he's talking about like a relationship.
Right.
I don't even remember
Yeah.
what the first section of the song
There's
is
like
about.
he's talking about like his dad, and like his dad wasn't around.
Right.
And like on Take the Fall, that's why like it starts out like a smooth song where he's like talking about like his struggles and he's having a hard time and like it's in a relatable way, and then he's just like, you don't even understand my lyrics, and also I'm emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, I
and I'm
remember
like,
that.
okay, dude,
I
sure,
remember
man,
I remember
sure.
in this when I was listening, I was like, okay, you're gonna tell me I don't understand your lyrics, but like most of what hip hop is the lyrical matter.
It's like I don't understand your lyrics, but also like there's not. You're very blunt.
Yeah,
It's
that,
pretty
I mean
easy-
that
it's
too.
It's pretty easy to understand what you're
yeah.
talking about here. You literally have a song where you're like, "You're a fucking liar." Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science to figure out what that means.
Mm-hmm.
The most I have to say about this album that isn't just like it's fun is that song "I'm Going Crazy" could have been shorter. I'm sure. Upward Vinyl, Jake, you're the goat. For those unaware, and that's gonna be basically everyone. Jake has designed a bunch of my band's stuff. He's awesome, and we love Jake. He's the goat. But I'm sure if I'm gonna approach him and be like, "Hey, man, do you actually like this album?" And and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, but I'm like positive." It's either gonna be like, "Yeah, but he has no other good music." It's gonna be like that, or he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I fucking love Lil Darky." I don't really know. I don't know which one is. I'm gonna bet on the first one.
I do know that there's some people who are just like into like music like heavily,
Yeah,
and also just like Lil Darky.
sure.
He was very much like talked about a lot, especially in 2020.
Right.
He had this album called Swamp that is higher rated than a lot of his stuff. I don't know if it's any good, but I want to listen to it soon.
Okay.
Cause just to see what it's all about.
Yeah.
But he was very much like in discussions, in discourse around the internet back then,
Right.
more so than he is now.
Yeah. The album was fine. Inconsistent as hell, but fine.
I
Very
think-
inconsistent.
That should be kind of where we draw it.
Yeah,
We don't-
it was
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay. I don't know. It wasn't good. but it
Listen
was, like,
to
fine.
listen to other people who do these sounds better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check the description for a long
We-
list.
We
Yeah.
gave you about 6.
We did
Or
list a bunch.
Like maybe 8. Like
Would like to
these-
add Mood Ring to that list.
Oh yeah.
Mood Ring is very good. But anyways,
Deftones.
Deftones, Mood Ring,
Deftones,
Fleshwater,
Fleshwater.
Metallica.
Green Day. Thank you for listening, Stabloiders, to this episode of Poking and Prodding. We will see
It's like
you
me stabbing.
on the next
Me
episode.
jerking off.
Stick your.
Sorry.
We will see you in the next episode. Stick around. Follow us on Substack and Instagram. Read our articles.
True.
They're
do
good.
that.
I swear to
Mine
God, they're
too.
good.
My
I've
dad
read
likes
them all,
them.
and they're good.
Your dad likes Miracles?
My dad likes our articles. Yeah.
Cool.
Yay!
Did you like the Weezer one?
I don't know. He doesn't talk to me about them. He just says I like them.
I think he doesn't talk to me.
He just talked to me about that. He
He's too
doesn't
busy with
He's
soccer.
too busy with soccer.
doesn't talk to me about anything.
Yeah.
Me neither, buddy.
Goodbye, Stabloiders.
Live life well.
Stabloiders.
Enjoy.